What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of In the Kitchen. And today we got a special treat. We all know the big game is coming up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put together a few dishes and hope you'll be able to enjoy some of these on your game day. Let's get to cooking. So we know, as far as our game day menu, we want to try to keep it very simple and very easy to do, just because a lot of us have a lot of people over during that time. So today I thought we'd just do a few small dishes, nothing too big, nothing too fancy, just a few ideas that I had that I thought I'd share with you guys. Now, the first one, we're going to be doing some candied grapes, followed by brown sugar bacon. Then we're gonna make a pico de gallo, homemade, and a French onion dip, that's homemade. Last but not least, who can have a Super Bowl get together without wings? So we're gonna do some nice roasted wings with a sweet chili sauce, and it's gonna have a little bit of Greek yogurt thrown into that. So stay tuned for all those recipes coming right up. So first up, we have our candied grapes. Now these are just plain old green grapes, white grapes, however you want to call it. What we're going to do, we've rinsed these off really well and they're still a little wet. That's exactly what you want. Keep them a little wet, don't dab them dry, don't do any of that, because what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of gelatin to them. And the gelatin that I like to use on these grapes is watermelon, because it's kind of sweet and tart, and these grapes are sweet and tart and they make a really good combination. So let me show you what we're going to do. Take these grapes, and I've cut them up. Now the average person can probably eat about this many grapes in a setting. So I cut them off the stem. You don't want to pull them off, because what happens when you pull the grapes off, this little piece right here, it actually, this little piece on the bottom, once the air hits it, it starts to turn brown, and all your grapes will look kind of nasty and ugly. So you're going to cut the stems to about a size that you think the average person could take and just eat on. We're going to take these, put our wet grapes in a bigger bowl. We're going to take our gelatin, there we have watermelon gelatin, and we're not going to use this whole pack. We're just going to sprinkle it till we coat each and every grape. So we just tore that top off, sprinkle that over the grapes, just like so. We're going to toss them. We got our bowl right here, and what we'll do is we'll take these and we'll put them in the bowl. Just like so. Actually, we can dump them in. Right. Cool. Now, what you do is you let these sit in your fridge. You want to make these about an hour or so ahead of time. That gelatin on the outside is going to form a tiny little crust. So when you go to bite into that grape, you get kind of like a crunchy outside, and then you get the grape on the inside. Cool little dish. Candied grapes. Check it out. Now the next dish that we're going to make is going to be our brown sugar bacon. So right here I have some thick sliced bacon. I cut it in half, and all we're going to do to this is take it and we're going to coat both sides with light brown sugar. So let's get started. And there you have it. This is our brown sugar bacon. Thick cut bacon, brown sugar on both sides. And now let me show you how we're actually gonna cook this. Sit this to the side for a second. Have another sheet pan here with a cooling rack on it. Now this is a non-stick cooling rack. You can see it, non-stick. I've lined that pan with aluminum foil. But before I put this cooling rack in there, I have another piece of aluminum foil. I'm gonna actually cover this cooling rack with this aluminum foil. Right, now that we have that covered, I'll take my knife. I'm just gonna make some slits. This will allow any excess grease to fall right through. Then I'm gonna spray it down with some cooking spray. Just like that. Then I'm gonna take each piece of bacon, lay it across. We'll pop it in the oven for 350 and we'll let it sit in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now it's time for the brown sugar bacon. Just came out of the oven. I've been letting it sit for about 10 minutes, and what happens when it sits, remember we put that brown sugar, it's nice and crisp, has a nice candy coating on the outside. We're gonna plate it. Remember that brown sugar is gonna add an extra layer, and you can just put this on a plate, let people come by, pick it up. It's just like eating candy. So we got our brown sugar bacon right there and ready to go. We're gonna go on to one of my favorite dips. We're gonna make two dips, but this is one of my favorites. It's just the homemade pico de gallo. So the first thing we're gonna do is get our bowl here. Now I have Roma tomatoes. That's about 7 Roma tomatoes. I took the seeds out and I just diced them up. I have bell pepper and I have red pepper. That's about 1/4 of each. So 1/4 of a bell pepper, 1/4 of a red pepper. I have about 1/3 cup of pickled jalapenos. I have just a dash of Frank's Red Hot in here. And I have half a lime. First thing we're gonna do, take our tomatoes, pop them in. And I use Roma tomatoes because right now, this time of the year, they're a little bit more firm than other tomatoes. So they'll give you a good body to your pico de gallo. Put my pepper and my onion right in, just like so. Pickle jalapeno. Frank's Red Hot. And we have half a lime. Just gonna squeeze that over in there. Just for a little acidity. Some salt. A little bit of black pepper. And then we'll just mix all this together. Toss in a little bit of cilantro. A little bit more cilantro. Perfect. Here we got a nice fresh pico de gallo ready for our Super Bowl day party. Plate it up. Voila, we are game day ready. Now, we're gonna do a French onion dip and we're gonna fill the other side with that. So let's go over to the stove and get that started. Over here at the stove, we're gonna start our French onion dip. So what I have here is half a red onion, half a Vidalia onion. We're gonna saute these. Then we'll add a tablespoon of beef base, a little bit of parsley, and I have a little bit of water just in case the onions don't make as much juice as we need. So the pan is heating up. Let's see if it's hot enough. Yep. We'll go ahead and get started. So here we have our onion beef based mixture. Now what we did when it came off the stove, we put it in the food processor and made it into like this paste that you see right here. See it? It's like a paste. Pureed it up. Now we have about a pound of sour cream right here. We have a little bit of parsley here and some black pepper. Let's mix all this together and then we'll put it with the pico de gallo and get ready to serve it. Now that we have this finished, let's get it into this side and we'll be ready to move on to our next dish. So we're just gonna scoop it right on in. That way you can have some pico de gallo or you can have a little bit of French onion dip, whichever one you have a taste for on that day. Parsley, there. Homemade pico de gallo, homemade French onion dip. Now, let's move to our final dish. Party ain't a party unless you got some hot wings. Let's get it. Now, as far as these wings go, we're gonna keep it real easy, real simple. I have all my ingredients right here, but first I'll tell you about the wings just a little bit. This is about a pound of wings. What I did was I let them soak in salt water, ice cold salt water, for about an hour. What that does, it pulls all the blood out, so when you bite into it, you don't get that nasty black, stainy, streaky stuff when you bite into the wing. I don't like that at all, so always soak my wings to get that excess blood out. Now, right here, this is my seasoning. So I have about a teaspoon of lemon pepper, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder. I have about 1/4 of a teaspoon of rosemary in here, and a little bit of paprika I dashed in just for some color. Parsley on the side, salt and pepper. What we're gonna do is take this, toss it over in, a little bit of that parsley, some salt, and pepper. Now remember, don't be too heavy on the seasoning because we're still gonna make a sweet chili sauce with a little Greek yogurt in it just to coat these once they come out. So we'll mix all this together. Now that those are good and covered, we have our pan right here. We're gonna set them on our pan. We're gonna pop them in the oven. We're gonna start out at 400 for the first 10 minutes, and then we're gonna finish on 300 for the last 20 minutes to get them nice and crisp on the outside, and then keep them nice and juicy on the inside. So let's go. So next we'll go ahead and make our sweet chili sauce so that when our wings come out of the oven, they'll be ready to go. We're gonna use about 1/2 bottle of Maypoi sweet chili sauce. We're gonna sprinkle in a little parsley. And then we have some Chobani plain non-fat Greek yogurt. Mix that up good. We're gonna take about 1/4 of this and add it to our sweet chili. And here we have it, sweet chili dipping sauce. Enjoy. Our roasted wings are out of the oven. All that's left to do now is put a little sauce on them and get them on the plate. So like I said, here we have our wings, nice golden brown. Set those down right there. Have our bowl. Pop our wings right in here. And I'm gonna do about 4 or 5 of them with the sauce, and we'll do the rest of them without because everybody may not want sauce. That's why we put a little bit of dipping sauce on the side. So here we go. We got a little bit of that sauce right here. I'm just gonna pour some in there. And there you have it. Sweet chili hot wings. So let's do a quick recap of what we made today. We have our candied grapes right here with the grapes and the gelatin sprinkled on top of them. We have the homemade pico de gallo and the homemade French onion dip. We have the sweet chili wings that we roasted in the oven, and we made that sweet chili sauce with the Greek yogurt in it. And we also have our thick cut brown sugar bacon that basically tastes just like a piece of candy. Hope this helps someone. I want everybody to enjoy your Super Bowl, have a good safe one, and hope you're able to make some of these recipes. I'll be sure to leave all the ingredients, all the instructions under this video. Until next time, it's Average Steak Guy. You're in the kitchen. It's time to eat. Peace.